everybody, it is Miss Snook, and I'm here to talk to you about how to give constructive feedback during your presentation of learning that will be occurring very shortly in a couple of days. And I want you to start thinking about this now so that you're prepared when you are in your presentations to give feedback to your peers so that they can make improvements on their projects in preparation for exhibition. So the first thing I want to talk to you about is the type of feedback that you'll be giving. There are 3 types that you will be giving. The first type is positive feedback. And the positive feedback that you're going to be sharing is not just saying, I liked your project. It is going to be supportive and telling them exactly the specific thing that you liked that the student did. Did you like what they had to say? Was their model on point? Was it a good job in relationship to the task that you know that class had to work on? I'm going to give you some specific question stems in just a moment that will help you develop this feedback. The next type of feedback that you are going to give is next steps feedback. And this is the type of feedback that you want to give and receive on your project so that you can improve your project for exhibition. This allows you to hear advice from your peers and allows you to give advice to your peers when you see something that needs to be improved, fixed, or changed. The last type of feedback that is so important is asking questions. Questions that you have about what you are seeing, what you're hearing, what you're reading in these presentations that your peers are giving. And when you ask these questions, it's not only for your information, it's also to help your peers think a little bit about what they might need to do to be clear the next time they present. By the way, when you ask a question, you may not get an answer, and it is okay if you get asked a question to say, I don't know, but I am happy to look into that for you so that I can get the answer. So these are some constructive feedback sentence frames that'll help you develop how you give the feedback. And you'll notice that we have the positive, next steps, and the questions. So again, when you're giving positive, you're not just saying, I liked it, or that was a cool project, or you're so awesome, even though when you are awesome. But you need to be specific. You did terrific work on explaining the science behind how your project works. I'm a science teacher, so I'm going to use science as an example. On next steps would be definitely thinking like a teacher maybe and saying, hey, I noticed there was a spelling mistake on your essay or on your slide or whatever. And you say, don't forget, you need to change that word so that it is spelled correctly, or add a period, or don't forget to add the citation for your information. I didn't see that. Or you might want to say, hey, on that visual aid that you gave, there was a lot of information and it was a little confusing for me to see all at once. You might want to divide that up into 1 or 2 slides, for example. And next you have your questions, which are questions that have these starts and you can fill in the blank. So for example, if I was to ask my peer, why do you think that your project or your suggestion to fix this problem is the right one to make, for example? And that allows the student to think about, I think that is the right solution to the problem that we're trying to solve because, and it gives them a chance to think about X, Y, and Z. What are the reasons why? Also, be prepared. If you ask a question, you may not get an answer. And the student who is being asked the question, if for some reason you don't know the answer, the proper way to say is, let me write down your question and I will get back to you. It is totally okay to not know the answer. Thank you and good luck.